What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Smile Mah Podcast. I'm your host, Deezy. This is the first episode of the year, and I hope that you guys had a great new year and a great holiday in general. And today, we are back in 2025 to bring you the latest and greatest in hip-hop and culture and everything else in between. And today's episode is jam-packed with beef, drama, and even a heartfelt story at the end. So sit tight, go grab a snack, and let's dive right into this. Alright, so first up, we got 50 Cent. And Ja Rule could not resist taking a jab at 50 over his Las Vegas residency show right here in Sin City. Now, a famous social media influencer that goes by the name of Vegas Starfish. Never heard of her before. I live here in Las Vegas, Nevada, but I'm not like following these influencers that are here in the city. I could really care less. Now, Vegas Starfish apparently went to 50 Cent's residency show, and I believe it was one of the first shows, and said it was complete trash, that the hype men were louder than 50 Cent. You couldn't barely hear him. The sound was terrible, and that honestly, it was the worst show that's ever hit Las Vegas. Pause for a minute. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to these shows, especially if it was one of the first ones, you're gonna be working out kinks, okay? Yeah, there's gonna be sound issues. I mean, I think I even went to the Wu-Tang one, and it was the last Wu-Tang one that they were having here, and even that one wasn't perfect. I mean, it was an awesome show, you know what I'm saying? But I understand if the sound wasn't really up to par or on point at that, time, because it's the first show. Now, him walking off stage, okay, whatever, I get it, but at the same time, him as the artist and probably somewhat of a perfectionist when it comes to his show, the sound guy not being prepared, or whatever the case may be, maybe he didn't show up for sound check and it not turning out correctly, it's gonna piss you off. So he probably, instead of going off on everybody there, maybe walking off stage was the best thing that he could do. But for her to call it completely trash and the worst show to ever hit Las Vegas, like, come on, man. We've had worse shows, and until I go see it, I'm not gonna listen to her biased opinion, because she may not even like 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? She may not even like him as an artist. So why am I gonna listen to her? When I saw who it was some older white lady. I was like, oh, okay, well, why am I gonna listen to her? You know what I mean? I'm gonna go experience it for myself. But the fact that he's even here in Vegas is dope, doing the residency. I think it's awesome when all these artists come out here and do this, because back in the day, Vegas was a place you came as an entertainer to die. Like, you weren't coming to Vegas to try to keep your name really going, you know what I'm saying? So either way, kudos to 50 Cent for being out here. All right, so now switching topics, we got Jay-Z. Now, I kind of let this rest a little bit because it seemed like, the news was carrying on with all these different things with the lawyers beefing and Rock Nation and Tony Busby and all this other stuff. But apparently, Jay-Z has been granted the right to file the motion in order to have this case completely dismissed. Now, Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, says that there's going to be a lot of difficulties when it comes to this case as far as the prosecution, because of different technicalities like timelines and location discrepancies. Now, according to Spiro, the law that the plaintiff is trying to use wasn't even in effect back then when these allegations took place. Now, the accuser's attorney has until February to come back with a counter. So obviously this case is far from over. Now, Jay is playing his defense, but this is definitely a heavy situation that's got everybody talking. Now let's talk about Diddy. Yup, we could not, you cannot make a news episode here on YouTube without talking about Diddy at least once a week or once a day. But apparently Peacock is about to drop a Diddy documentary, The Making of a Bad Boy, and it is not painting a pretty picture. Just within the few seconds of the trailer, they're claiming that P. Diddy is a monster. And the trailer features some pretty jaw-dropping allegations and claims about his behavior behind the scenes. Former associates, bodyguards, and even artists are all on this documentary dumping out buckets of tea. One person even said that when Diddy's room went red, that's when you knew something was about to go down. All of this is on top of the ongoing allegations that Diddy's facing right now. And get this, 50 Cent is cooking up his own documentary about Diddy right on Netflix. And already knowing how 50 Cent is, he's coming with all the smoke. Alright, so now on a positive note, let's give it up for Trae Tha Truth. This man was just recently united with his daughter, who was apparently kidnapped. Now, she was taken months ago, and I'll tell you what, I don't even know. Look, my heart goes out to this man, because for him to have remained calm, I'm sure he wasn't like completely calm, but for him to trust the process and trust that he was going to get his daughter back, yo, that takes a lot of heart and a lot of spirit and a lot of courage, yo. So I definitely give kudos to Trae Tha Truth, and I'm so happy to hear that he's reunited with his daughter. I have kids of my own, so to have one of them kidnapped or taken, and you don't know, man, I couldn't even imagine. But luckily for Trae Tha Truth, New Year's Day, he got the call that his ex was arrested and that his daughter was going to be returned to him. Trae went on ahead and shared a very tearful video on Instagram showing him and his daughter being reunited. And yo, it's moments like these that remind us that family is everything. Big shout out to Trae Tha Truth for staying strong during a really tough time. Alright, now I've kind of let the news marinate on this a little bit, but we got Lil Durk. And not only do we got Lil Durk, we talking about Lil Durk's dad. Durk's pops went on ahead to call out the US government, saying that this murder for hire case is bogus. Durk's pops was saying that it's mighty strange that after he starts spreading positivity and calling for peace in Chicago, all of a sudden these charges pop up. Now, it is kind of wild to think that turning your life around would make you a target, but Durk didn't hold back saying that the system wants to keep you in prison and doesn't like to see you do good. But man, what do y'all think? Do you think Durk-io's actually on to something, or is it just conspiracy talk? Let me know in the comments below. Well, that's it for today. I appreciate you staying till the end. This episode was full of beef, drama, and even some inspiration. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Smile Mah Podcast so you can stay up to date with some fire content. And let me know in the comments, which story do you think hit the hardest? Till next time, I'm your host, Half Deezy. Y'all stay safe, stay smiling, and keep the grind going. Deuces.